to present a stage reading of our second featured issue, Crimson Hawk issue number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our actors and bring them to the stage. First up, we have Miss Shawnette Shields playing the role of Lisa. Next up, we have Miss Joi Hughes reading the role of our narrator. Next, we have Miss Jhazmine Carter reading the role of Nikki, aka Miss Elemental.
You're way too early.
Next, we have Mr. Troy Hogan reading the role of Pops. Following Troy, we have Mr. Curtis Vaughn reading the role of Crimson Hawk. And last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Daivon Barrone reading the roles of the Hurricane and the Forgotten. Okay, before we get started, I want to give y'all just a little bit of information about what's happening at the beginning of our story. So the Crimson Hawk has found himself, I won't say your line, in a very challenging situation, okay? So y'all listen along, have a good time, feel free to cheer, boo, you know, all of that good stuff. All right, thank you so much and enjoy.
It's so loud.
What works?
Can we take turns on it?
When we last saw our champion, he was in a precarious predicament. Boom! The unexpected explosion had caught both Max and his opponent off guard. The Forgotten had certainly double-crossed Jade Scorpion, but why? This was only one of the questions on Hawk's mind as the thunderous explosion rang out in his ears. How had he made his way into such a situation as this? Who was this woman? And how had she known his every move? Better yet, how had he known that what she was doing before? Move for move, they had fought, like some finely choreographed dance. The Crimson Hawk had been intrigued by her strength, agility, and those strangely haunting green eyes. Something about them had been familiar, but he couldn't put his finger on it. Somehow it had seemed like he knew the mysterious young warrior in green, and he wanted to know more. However, there were more pressing concerns calling for his attention, especially as he flew through the air and flames began to take over the room. She flew one way and he the other. The impact of the blast was substantial, and Hawk could feel it. It took everything that he had in him to stay alert. He had to hold on. All the Hawk cams were down and his communications were out. They had lost contact with him and could only pray and believe that he was all right. Hawks and Lisa had been fixated on the bout between the two fighters. They had trained Max in their ancient martial arts, and he had become one of their fiercest warriors in all the realms. The Kyoshin martial arts were a rarity. Furthermore, their secret family style had been hidden for centuries. How was it that this new adversary could respond to his moves in such a way? But now, they might never find out.
I should have known. I should have seen this coming.
Don't worry. I just know they both will be fine. They have to be. Everything is fine, Pops. There's no need to worry. The suit is built to withstand pressure and heat, far beyond that explosion.
I know, Lisa.
Lisa is speaking a mile a minute, trying to keep her nervousness at bay.
Of course we've lost contact, because the suit is in crisis mode. It has diverted all energy to life support. Only vital functions are active until it recharges.
I know, Lisa.
He's just gotta get up. That's all. He's just gotta get up. I know he's all right. Do you think she is okay?
She asked her husband, her eyes earnestly searching for reassurance.
Well, if she is who we think she is, then she has escaped death at least once, right?
Meanwhile, back at Moody Textiles, or rather the facility hidden under Moody Textiles, the Forgotten quickly makes his way through the abandoned hallways. this device had detonated exactly as planned, and his treacherous act was complete.
That will teach them to underestimate the forgotten. How dare they try to control my science, my inventions. I'll show them all. I never signed up for this. You're going too far. Silence! You fool. I'm in control. Now and forever.
The militia had served its purpose. They helped him find the device he had been searching for all these years. Finally, he could take his Fugray development to the next level. When his plans were complete, there would be no one who could beat him, not even the pompous General Blackheart.
I'll show them all!
He shouted in his maniacal declaration, echoing through the long, abandoned hallway.
He's just got to be all right. It shouldn't be too long now. Once he gets moving, everything will reboot. He should know this, of course.
Back at Hawk's Nest, Lika's mind and mouth were moving at lightning speed. She was trying to keep calm, but her efforts were far from successful. The pair kept looking back at the monitors, hoping they would come back online.
Ooh-wee! That was a doozy. Hey, come in, Pops. Pops, do you read? And I knew that fool was out of his mind. Tried to blow us both up. I knew I should have followed my intuition.
He looks over at Jade Scorpion lying against the wall on the far side of the room.
I knew she wasn't expecting that.
His suit had absorbed most of the explosion's force, but not all of it. Hawks looks at his control panel and sees that his power is critically low. He knows he must get up and move, but the blast hit him pretty hard.
Now that one hurt. Lika, I could kiss you. Hey, this suit shield held up through that blast.
His mind felt so hazy. He was trying to make sense of it all. Hawk tried to remember what had led him here. The girl, the device, the crazy fellow who was talking to himself. Had Pop said something about the device being Lika's prototype? All that whispering made him uneasy. Something strange was going on. Well, stranger than usual. It wasn't like Pops and Lika to keep things from him. He had to get to the bottom of it all.
Pops, Lika, come in. Can you hear me?
He tries to stand up, but the dizziness overtakes him. He could hear a voice ringing out in his mind. You've got to move, Hawk. Get up and move. Taking a deep breath, he focuses his energy on a single task. He had to get up and move. Shaking off his dizziness, he began to pick up speed, dodges through flames and out the room using the route created by the Forgotten's explosive exit. Hawk could feel his suit humming as his energy core recharges. He begins to pick up speed and feels his mind clearing.
These halls were definitely not on the blueprints. Looks like some old military medical facility. I'm willing to bet these halls hold some crazy secrets.
He tries to contact the nest again.
Pops, Lika, come in.
As Hawk's suit begins to recharge, the function begins coming back online. A broken message finally makes it to the nest.
Up, in, oh, Abby.
Hawk, you're okay.
They both shout with joy, faces filling with relief. They quickly commerce to turning knobs and pressing buttons, trying to hone in on his signal.
Hawk, can you hear us?
10-4, finally. The comms are back up.
The reception was still choppy.
So good to hear your voice, Hawk. I wasn't worried at all.
Pops looks at her and shakes his head with a chuckle.
Sure you weren't.
Suddenly, their sense of urgency returns.
Oh, what about the girl?
The girl, Hawk. You've got to go back for the girl. We need to know who she is, okay? Hawk, do you copy?
Huh?
He stops his tracks, bewildered at their request.
Go back for the girl. You got to be kidding me. You mean the little lady with the green eyes who was trying to kill me?
She wasn't trying to kill you. I can tell. I just know it.
What do you mean?
Hawk questioned.
How do you know?
Hawk, son, you just gotta trust us. Now please go back for her.
And if she's still there, what am I supposed to do with her?
Not sure about that part yet, but you'll know what to do. We can't let her get away from us again.
Again?
Hawk begins to ask what she means, but decides now is not the time.
Fine, I'll go back. But when I get back to the nest, we've all got to have a long talk.
He turns around and makes his way back to Lab 555, unsure of what he will find. He couldn't help but wonder, with more than a little confusion, what was really going on. Quickly, he makes his way back to the lab. There was no sign of her.
Scene is clear here, Pops. No sign of our mystery lady.
Please, Hawk.
Lika's usually clear and calm voice was now filled with worry.
Please, look everywhere you can.
He nods his head, resolved to find the lady in green who had held some curious significance to Lika and Pops, the two who had saved his life so many years ago.
I'll do my best.
Hawk moved from room to room searching for her to no avail. Now the fire is spreading in a major way. He had to move out.
We can let it go, Hawk. Thanks for giving it your best. But you gotta get out of there. Now!
Hawk could hear the disappointment in Pop's voice. Now he really knew something was up. This was a man who rarely showed any emotion. What was up with the girl in green?
Besides, we got bigger fish to fry.
How much bigger?
Big. We got a word that an unsanctioned military convoy is making its way through downtown. They're carrying some pretty serious materials on board, and we need to know what they're up to. Could be tied to the smoke deal from the other night.
On the other side of town, Tommy and Nicolette were trying to enjoy a quiet night at home. She was watering her mini plants while Tommy was preparing to watch a boxing match. However, tonight held more in store than pizza and boxing. Just as the announcer starts to introduce the fighters, the match is interrupted by the news broadcast.
This is Jamal McCall with breaking news. A recent string of fires has police believing that an arsonist is loose in Capital City.
Come on, Tommy. We can't let another day go by without doing more.
I know, but it's not that simple, Nikki. Would you listen to the news? These fools are crazy.
Are you serious? I knew things were getting bad out there, but arson? This is really blowing my mind. What kind of monster would do something like that?
The latest fire was not without its casualties. 3 lives were lost in the blazing inferno. The fire is the latest in a series that has been set across the capital city.
Things are definitely getting worse. I know something's gotta change. I've been working to perfect my suit and have a better understanding of my powers. I want everything to be
Perfect. Things are never going to be perfect, babe. We've got to do this now, or more innocent people may lose their lives. Sweetheart, our destiny is calling.
It's not just my search for perfection. I also have to protect you. What if something happened out there? I could never forgive myself.
They had been through this before. Tommy's past had affected him in so many ways. The loss of his father at a young age had given him a sense of mortality that was hard to shake. He also deeply feared that his powers might someday kill someone. That was one of his biggest fears. The other was losing the love of his life.
Don't worry about me. You know I've got powers too, right? Not to mention my mean right hook.
You're right. I can't fight our destiny any longer. Tonight's the night. It's time for us to fly.